three-man visions.
Yo, if you thought your team had it bad, wait until you hear what Sacramento been going through. The Spurs just punched their ticket to the NBA Finals. The Knicks are there too. And somewhere in Sacramento, a front office is sitting in a dark room, watching everything they threw away go to the championship stage without them. This is the real story of the Sacramento Kings. And the question on everybody's mind right now is simple. Are they cursed? Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. San Antonio walked into OKC's building and walked out with a 111-103 victory, ending the Oklahoma City Thunder's title defense and booking their first trip to the NBA Finals since 2014. Victor Wembanyama finished this series with 19 blocks across 7 games, the most blocks in a playoff series in 21 years. On the other side, the New York Knicks swept through the Eastern Conference Finals in 4 straight, reaching the NBA Finals for the first time in 27 years. Game 1 tips off Wednesday, June 3rd in San Antonio. Now, here's where Sacramento enters the conversation, because almost immediately after that final buzzer sounded in OKC, the narrative shifted, not to the Spurs, not to the Knicks, to the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, the man who spent the better part of a decade being the face of the Sacramento Kings, was one of the key reasons San Antonio is in the finals. Fox closed out Game 7 with 15 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Cool, calm, and composed when it mattered most. And coaching the New York Knicks, Mike Brown. The same Mike Brown that Sacramento fired in December of 2024. The same man who walked into Sacramento in 2022 and ended a 17-year playoff drought in his very first season. He coached the Kings to a 48-win campaign, a number 3 seed in the West, and won NBA Coach of the Year honors. He came back the following year, 46 wins, and they fired him months after giving him a multi-year contract extension. Now Fox and Brown are set to face each other on the biggest stage in the sport, and Sacramento is watching from the couch. But let's be honest, this is not a new story for this franchise. This is just the latest chapter in a much longer, much darker history. Go back to 2002. The Sacramento Kings had one of the most entertaining teams in the entire league. Chris Webber, Mike Bibby, Peja Stojakovic, Doug Christie. This team was electric, and they were 1 win away from the NBA Finals. Then Game 6 happened in Los Angeles. Shaquille O'Neal dropped 41 points and 17 rebounds. Kobe Bryant added 31 and 11. The Lakers survived elimination. Game 7 went to overtime at Sacramento's own arena, and the Kings lost. That was the beginning of a downward spiral they still haven't fully recovered from over 2 decades later. In 2011, the Kings held the 10th pick in the draft. Klay Thompson was still on the board at 11. Kawhi Leonard was sitting right there at 15. Sacramento used their pick on Jimmer Fredette. In 2018, they had the 2nd overall pick in the entire draft. The very next player selected after their choice, Luka Doncic. Sacramento went with Marvin Bagley III, and it is not like they never identified the right players. De'Aaron Fox in 2017, a legitimate franchise cornerstone. Tyrese Halliburton in 2020, one of the best point guards of his generation. But neither of those men are in Sacramento anymore. Halliburton was traded to Indiana for Domantas Sabonis in 2022. A year after that trade, Halliburton took the Pacers all the way to the NBA Finals. And now Fox is about to play in his first Finals too. Sacramento watched both of them leave, and now they are watching both of them compete for a championship. Fox passed on a $165 million extension from Sacramento. He signed a 4-year, $229 million max deal with San Antonio after being traded at the deadline in February. That is not just a trade, that is a franchise player in dollar amounts, telling you exactly how much he believed in what you were building. Mike Brown took this franchise to the playoffs after 17 years of darkness, and they fired him anyway. Championships are built on smart front office decisions and a little bit of luck. The Sacramento Kings have not had either in a very long time, and as the Spurs and the Knicks go to war for a title, Sacramento is left to answer a much more painful question. Not whether they can win a championship, but whether they are the most cursed franchise in the NBA. Right now,